So ink him up. Need a little bit more ink on him. Go over him again. I mean, when you do this at home, you know, what I suggest is when you're stamping, just let that, you know, let it rest a second. I mean, bear in mind, or, you know, we put chalk, we put ink all on here. It's got to kind of, you know, it needs to soak through and get through to all the, you know, the different layers of inks that's already been put on there. Okay, well, I'm happy with that. Okay, so we'll bring in the other one now. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use the sheet to say maybe where we'd like to put him. So I think that looks pretty cool actually. What do you think? Yeah, I'm happy with that actually. So let's get our cheeky chappy. We'll get him on the platform. Move it. I'm going to bring my magnets over. Okay. So inking up again in the Nocturne. Again, don't need to ink, don't waste your ink. Right, I need to gauge this now again. Oops. Hang on. Yeah, I think that is good. It's a little bit fiddly, guys, but honestly, it'd be worth it. Okay, let's go for it. I just hope I've masked it off enough. Yeah, that's good. More ink. Hold it down for a second. Okay, I'm happy with that. Right, okay, so now we're gonna, sorry, I just want to make sure I'm keeping you in shot. So now we're going to add the flowers. So, tip from Laura with regards to the floral sets. Bear with, I'm just getting them now. This floral set, let me just get the sheet. Field florals, that one. So I'm using this, okay, and I'm also going to use the trees, winter trees. I'll show you which one I'm going to use for that. So I'm going to use this one. And it's just, I'm not using, obviously I'm not using any of that. It's literally, you know, to get the branches. Or, well, you can use any of them. But I don't know why I always seem to go to this when I'm doing branches, you know, from the edge. So we'll start with the trees. And I'm just going to get the cover picture. Right, so let's take this off. So, you know, you can do it like that or whatever way you wish, really. Or if you wanted to use that one, look, gives a better, you know, a bigger coverage. I don't know why, I just love this one. So that is the one I shall use. Right, okay, so I'm going to turn my stamping platform around. Because the card's so long, oh, that made me jump. Right, there you go. Okay, so let's have a look. Yeah, I think that would be good there. Bring in my scrap paper again. Slide it under. So you don't wreck the mat. Again, we're going to use the Nocturne as well for this. So just do the tree part. Ink it up. Okay. Again, it's optional where you put it. Doesn't have to be in an exact place. It's wild, don't forget. It's just wild foliage, flowers. So, you know, there's no rules here, really. Always wipe in between repositioning, because once you put it down, you put the stamp down to where you think you want to put it, you can't change it. Little tip. And do a little bit up here as well. So put my magnets. Okay. Ink up again. Wipe off excess. Bring it over. Okay. Make sure you always press down. You see the edge of the card? The other one that I did, the other little sunset, you know, in the circular frame, I did another one the other day. And I had to draw in because, you know, when you get right to the edge of the card, when you get to there was like little gaps. So I had to get a fine liner and draw them in. Because obviously it looks a bit pants, doesn't it, when it doesn't kind of match up. Right, now I've got to turn around again. Bear with me. I'm going to do the other side now. So again, a little bit there maybe. Yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? So I'm wiping my stamp before I position it. Get the magnets in place. Bring over slide my bit of scrap there. I'm going to ink this up. And stamp. Again, pressing down on that join. There you go, that's lovely. Right, okay. Right, so now we're going to move on to the florals. Yep. So again, I'm going to get my printed sheet, if I can find it amongst this lot. Bear with me. There we go. Okay, so perhaps maybe there. That looks nice. Move these down. Inking up again in the nocturne. Just pressing down again on that edge. Wonderful, okay. I'm going to move it along. Okay, maybe you could do slightly lower. Don't have them all at the same because they look too uniformed. You know, it's supposed to be wildflowers, so bearing that in mind. I mean, you can add your, you know, whatever flowers. Some of you have your favourites. I particularly like this. I mean, Laura is very right, Laura Wen. I mean, it does kind of, it fills spaces well. And you've got like a variety within the actual stamp anyway. So wonderful. Okay. I don't know whether you know what? I'm going to put some up the side as well. Just a tedge or a tadge. Bear with me a second. Just like a little bit of, I don't know, maybe that. Ish. Okay. Position the magnets. Ink up. Yeah, I like that. Much better. Kind of finishes it off a little bit better, I think. It's a bit too wintry without the flowers. Right, okay, so now what we need to do is turn this around, because I want to do this side now. So that's all done. Turn my board around, my stamping platform. Okay, so I'm going to move it up a little bit. Get my scrap underneath. Okay. Right, get my little sheet again, printed sheet. Oh, that's perfect. Just pop it in the corner there. Ink up. And stamp. Okay, that's cool. And again, I'm just going to put just a little bit just up the side, just slightly. Let's just have a look first. Let's do it slightly different. I don't want it to look uniformed. I don't really want it matching. I'm gone. Bear with me. Okay. Just a little bit there. Just making sure you're in shot. Okay. Yeah. I think that's enough now. I'm happy with that. Right. So that is all the stamping done. If you, well, I say all done. On my other one, I actually put a little boat on. I don't know if I've got that. Bear with me, just having a nosy. See if I've kept it out. No, I don't, I've not got that out. I think I've put it away. But let me show you. Little boat there. So I'm sure that's from the Beside the Seaside set. I'm almost certain it is. So, I mean, I'm not going to add it to this one. Again, you know, with time restriction. But I simply just placed it here. I did have to, because I've used the Posca pen, I did, when I stamped it in black, I did have to go over it, you know, with a black Sharpie pen, just to get rid of, because it kind of, how can I put it, it comes through, not white, but you can see it makes it patchy, so I went over it with the Sharpie pen. But I mean, obviously that, you know, that's optional. That is optional. You don't need to put that in. That was just a last minute thing that, you know, I thought I'd do yesterday. Right, okay, so that's all the stamping done. So now we're going to look at the colouring. So literally, I need to draw some little rings as well around these fellas. So I'm going to get my Sharpie pen, and I'll tell you for why. Right, let me make sure you're in shot. Okay, so all I'm doing is, with a Sharpie pen, I'm rounding the bottom of the neck, see? Rather than have a straight line. I just think it looks better. And then what I tend to do is literally just draw, you know, like the droplets, because he's obviously in the water. Again with this fine liner pen. Okay. So I've just drawn it with that, you know, the one I showed you, Stabilo, is it? I don't even know where I got this from, if I'm honest, but I think any fine liner will do, any black fine liner. And obviously the Sharpie, normal, I'll show you the nib, normal Sharpie. I love these. Right, okay, so colouring. So all I've done is I've got my white Faithful Posca, and I just got some pink, let's have a look, pink and yellow, so bear with. Again, Posca pens, these are great, these are the skinny nibs. I prefer the skinny nibs, if I'm honest. This one is great, but it's a fat nib. You have to be so careful when you're dotting with it. So it's really juicy as well. So all I did literally was, I'll do the white work first. So I literally I'm wondering if this is run out, you know, guys. No, it hasn't. I've just blobbed. Bear with me. Got some black card here. I think it might be on its way out. Okay, so basically just run the pen, wiggle it down the side. You see how it highlights it? Just, you know, wherever you think. Don't have to be perfect, doesn't matter. It just gives that little effect. Up the sides, around the edge. I'm doing it because the sun's there, so it's coming across. Okay. So continue to do that. Now in the middle, obviously I do both sides. Now this is rushed, so you know, obviously take your time when you're doing this. but just little highlights. But you see how it makes it, you know, it kind of brings it a little bit of life. We'll do some here. And again, this is a thin nib. You wouldn't be able to do this with a thicker nib. Well, I wouldn't. So I'm a messy worker, so. So wherever you think the light will shine, see? It just brings it to life a little bit for you. No fuss, no drama. As I said, I am rushing this, to be honest, because I'm restricted for time. So, but when you guys do it, I mean, look at the difference already, you know, and that's just literally just quickly going over the edges. I've just seen a bit now. Sorry, I've got to do this, it'll annoy me. That's it. Right, okay. So you get the idea with that. And then what I've done then, I've got the pink. And like these little, the little dots. Just dot them. I mean, again, you don't need to. You don't need to do this. But they just give a little bit of colour. I think they look really cute. Okay. Literally just random little dots, just to add a little bit of colour. As I say, you know, when you're doing it yourself, you'll have more time. I'm just being really quick. Okay, and then I'll just add the yellow. I haven't got many colours actually in the or rather bright colours in Posca. Now this is a thick, so really lightly, you see what I mean? Really, really lightly. If you've got one of these already, you'll know. Just like mix it up a bit, just mix the colours up a bit even. Just pretties them up, I think, don't you? Gives it a little bit of life. So I mean, if you want to be precise, you can actually go over each dot, you know, on the actual print of the little flowers. I mean, you could do that, it would work. But this just gives you some sort of an idea how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to get, again, a scrap piece of paper. I'm just going to put it over all of that. Just blot it. Oh, she said. Okay. Okay. So there you have your picture. Now, I also like to go around the edges. So, but I think for this, I think maybe the purple might be nice. So, let me just grab the brush. Okay, so I'm going to get my stencil brush, dab off start at the corners. Always start at the corners. Corners always look best darkest. And then work your way around, just gently. And what that does, see how it comes out dark at first around the corners. So what that will do, it will bring the picture in. It will focus, make you focus on the actual kind of the centre of the picture. I mean, I like to do this with most of my work anyway. Don't forget, dab on, dab off. See what happens when you don't. Just making sure I'm in shot, guys. Nothing more annoying than watching a video and you can't see what I'm doing. Right, okay. So that's that done. Again, I went round with the villainous potion. I think it kind of sits in line with the colour theme. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my Sharpie pen. I just hope I don't bugger this up while I'm on the video. So I'm going to do my edging. So if you don't want to matte and layer it, this is a good little trick. Sorry, I'm all linked up, so I'm going to try and keep it clean. So literally, hang on. Literally get your Sharpie pen, push it against the edge and run it down. Again, push it against the edge and run it down. Be very careful when you do it. Do that around each of the edges. There you go. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. Bear with me. I've got an A5 piece of paper here. Sorry, it's a bit mucky, but it will give you some idea how it's going to look. You'll be able to see the edges as well. So this is, I think this is A5, this sheet of paper, scrap paper. And there you have it. And that's it. And obviously if you want to add any glitter, or if you want to brighten your sun up, you know, you can use, or you could even stick a white circle on, you know, each to their own. But basically that's it. I mean, I hope it's been of some help to you. Hope you've enjoyed it. I hope, please try and do one. I'd love to see one of your makes on the Facebook page. I'd be so delighted. So have a go, see how you get on. You know, obviously put the questions up. If there's anything you need to know you're not sure of, just let us know. You know, myself, Crafty Cat, sorry, Laura, we're all here to help. So I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. Till the next time, bye for now.